Now let's play a little game of Guess Who. Here's some clues. I get walked by every day. I am a surface for collecting glasses, books, remote controls, and sometimes even toys. People even put their feet on me without asking. Who am I? You guessed it, I'm your coffee table. With so much time being spent at home, the coffee table can often be neglected. So Erin is back to show us how to refresh and restyle one of the most used pieces of furniture in our homes. Talk to me, Erin. Where do we start?
Listen, it's a great opportunity. It's the change of seasons, and your coffee table has been neglected and has turned into a dumping ground. So you have to start, and I'm going to show you 6 easy Instagram-worthy ways to get your coffee table looking fantabulous.
I think we all deserve an Instagram-worthy coffee table, so thank you. To start, you say we should be working with a clean slate.
Yes, take everything off. That clean slate is definitely what you need, so remove all your bits and bobs. Set all your accessories aside. I have lots, so I have to like to circle through them anyway, especially on a seasonal basis. So move them away and have the opportunity to reassess. The space has to look great, but it also has to be useful too.
Okay, so we are going to be focusing on creating a beautiful tablescape. And now that the table is clear, what happens next?
So you're going to break down the surface into different zones, and the best way to do that is actually with a combination of trays and flat platters. Any kind of surface that's going to allow you to kind of zone off different areas. And the reason I like to use those is it actually stops the spread of tchotchkes all across the table and makes things a lot more contained. Gives a bit of breathing room between everything too, so it really allows you to see all the pieces that you're adding onto the table.
Okay, I love how organized this is already looking. So how do we start building up those zones without it looking messy, Erin?
So really the trick to stop it looking messy is to come up with a color palette. You want to come up with a cohesive look that speaks to you from a design perspective, but also from a color perspective that doesn't fight too much with what's going on in the rest of the space. So for me, it was about finding a color palette that worked with the interior. I love the grays. I have a great new rug. This is the Graceland rug, which is one of my favorites. And I really wanted to play off of that and add in more neutral pieces in that. So we've got smoky colors, a few black elements in there that really pick up on that. And it is about finding the pieces that will work for your tablescape, because it is about playing with height, playing with different items, and playing with pieces that really bring your personality to the fore.
Okay, and you say that when you start adding decor pieces, you have to pick a hero. So how do we decide what the hero piece will be?
Tracy, we all need a hero, and that's no difference, especially with a coffee table. So come on, we've got a really fantastic large-scale vase here. Height is always important when you're doing a great tablescape. So we got this great, fantastic vase that I've had for years. Actually dragged it home from Las Vegas at least 10 years ago, and it's been living with me ever since. Love the look, and that really is the hero in this space. So from there, you take that height and you start to layer in different height items and allow you to zigzag down so you have different pieces at different heights. And that's how you really work in the accessories on there. You want that layering to happen, which will really give you that look. If everything was the same height and the same look, it really wouldn't work at all.
Okay, and what is happening in the other zones now, Erin? What else have you got?
So let's move on to step 4, and really what we're doing is we're building in those different zones, and we're using the different trays to help tell that story. So I've got a tray on here which kind of corrals together all of my fragrance candles, because I always like having a choice, never know which one I'm going to be in the mood for, and they look great kind of grouped together. So that's perfect. It really works very well to kind of do that. And then I always like to think about storage too. So storage boxes are a great addition to the surface as well. You can hide bits and pieces in there. They're great to hide remote controls, which are the bane of anybody's living room existence. So you need those pieces on there, which will help to make the surface actually useful.
Okay, this is all looking really good. Now, you also say we should be thinking of adding a conversation piece. Tell me a bit about that.
So you need to find that good, crazy thing that is fun, that means something to you, that is quirky and adds that element of like, oh, okay, what's that? So in my case, I've got kind of 2 main pieces that I always add onto the table. One of them is used on the table today. It's actually a classical sculpture of a foot. And for me, I think it's really fun and funny, and I love it so much, it always makes an appearance. The other one that we always use on the table actually is a great kinetic silver sculpture that kids always love playing with. So again, fun pieces like that that really mean something to you, that have a bit of a story behind them, that is what's important.
And I think it's nice that you can actually get intimate with that tactile piece. That's lovely. How do you finish off this masterpiece, Aaron?
All right, so step 6, our final step is really to add something living into here. So you can either choose a big branch which will have blossoms growing on it that you could hack out of your garden if you wanted to. Or what I love to do is I love to use tropical leaves because they have a great look. These ones are Monstera leaves. I'm not a plant guy, but that's the one thing that I can actually remember. And they will actually last for weeks, just with a little bit of trimming and fresh water. So they have it's a huge bang for your buck, and it's a great look and a great way to finish off the whole thing.
Fantastic. It looks incredible, and that was a really great lesson. Thanks, Aaron.